Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to Let's Build Haven Bay. Welcome back. This is episode 2. First episode we built this castle here in some kind of time-lapse matter, and you guys, you kill it with likes and comments, and I just appreciate it so much, guys. Thank you so freaking much for all the support, and it seems like most of you guys are almost as stoked as I am for this new project here. I'm super stoked, as you can tell by the sound of my voice, and today we're not going to do any building in particular, but I want to take you guys with me as I plan out this area here. I don't know how long this will take. You can see that I'm lagging a little bit, and that's just because this map has such an incredible amount of detail. I could possibly turn down my render distance. No, I've already turned it down, so it should be okay, but it's such a fantastic map, and it's heavy for a computer like mine. It's getting a little bit old now, but I hope you guys still just bear with me here. I have myself a glass of water here. I'm gonna take a sip because it's winter time. The air is dry. My throat is not too good as well because of the cold, and yeah. But today, as I've said, we're gonna plan out the rest of this town here so we can start building, which is something I'm super stoked for. So what we're gonna do first, I think, is just laying out where we want this path to go from the castle. We're gonna use, I think brown would be a nice color just to symbolize where we want the path to go. So this is like the main keep, like a fortified manor of some sort for this town. So there might be like some kind of owner of the town. I'm not completely sure how the lore will go out yet. I haven't figured it out, but there will be an important guy will live here, alright? And I'm working a little bit on the inside. I might show you just a little bit here as a small sneak peek. But yeah, he has his own like feast room here, and there's also this massive lighthouse, so that far away sailors can see lighthouse and know that they will be safe, because Haven Bay is a very safe spot. You can see it's very narrow, and if you manage to get here, you will be safe from any storm. So that's kind of the idea of this whole town here. It will be some kind of safe spot for people or sailormen and merchants and stuff like that going around. They would get here in case of bad weather, and they will be safe, and they can also go up here and drop off loads and stuff, because I will show you here on the map. Actually, I will show you on a bigger map as well where we are. I'll try to do that if I didn't already in the video. I'm not sure how I'm editing this, but you can see that well, out here it's just ocean. There's some islands down here. It's a beautiful map, by the way. You will see that in the bigger map picture. But over here is only like, I think it goes like this. I haven't explored everything yet, but it's just water. And if you were out there and it's getting harsh, you would like to get in here. And also, it's a big desert, and it's a lot of mountains, a lot of sand. But it's a perfect spot to kind of drop off goods here, and then you can transport it from here to like different locations around. I'm planning on building a ton on this island rock here, but of course they will have their own dock and stuff here, but also some islands in the middle here, or buildings and towns and stuff, and they would possibly get their trades from this small town here. But anyway, let's start planning. I want this path to kind of go a little bit alongside here, follow this like natural lower terrain here along the sides. You can also like, we could possibly have some cranes or some outposts and stuff here, I guess. And then the path will go over here, and then this orange is supposed to be like a wall, a small defensive wall. This castle is already very defended by the straight cliff sides and stuff. But if we just have a simple wall here, it's not going to be a massive wall. I'm thinking like this high or something, and with just a small gate, and then we could have some kind of farmlands and stuff on top here. It's a dry climate, so it's kind of a limited of what kind of stuff you would have growing here. But still, I hope that makes sense. It's just a small wall for defensive purposes, and then we go out here. Then I think we're gonna just kind of continue following the lower terrain here, and it's not gonna be straight. I like to do them like, I use the word swirly, but I'm not sure if that's a correct word or not. But if we make it go like this, there's kind of, and then we can have some small things happening on the side here. I don't think there will be any houses up here though, except for the castle. so we might have to do some small trees and things like that. And this will now kind of turn, I think, and escalate down here somehow, down to this lower ground where the main town or village will be. It's gonna be just a small town. I'm thinking 10 houses or something. We might plan out some of those in today's episode, but of course some of that will be built as we go. But I think this road here will go down and then kind of lead down to the port here, which will be down here by the sea, and then kind of just, we're gonna get closer into that as we plan out where the buildings will be. But that will kind of cover up most of this area here, and we're gonna just have a few shattered buildings. I don't want it to be super clustered in here with a lot of things. And then maybe even make this path kind of have a junction here and going all the way over like that, I guess. We're gonna continue that, but then we're gonna have some more towns over in maybe this area here, I think, or maybe like in here, and we can connect it all up. That's something I really want to do, connect everything up with like roads and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool, I guess. Now let's plan out a few buildings here. If we don't, maybe we should do the dockings first. Some of you suggested that I actually carved out a little bit here to make it a little bit bigger in the inside here, and I like that idea. So maybe let's take blue and kind of just carve out a little bit here, so we have a little bit more of us, a little more space in here for things. So we're gonna, maybe that's too big. Maybe just like that. We can carve that out a little bit, and we'll have a little bit bigger space in here. Actually, I think I want to make it wider. Let's go a little bit more in here like this. And then something like that. I'm not sure. Just so we can fit a little bit more ships and stuff, because it's kind of small now. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do that. It should be very simple, just using a brush, tearing it out, filling in with some sand and filling in with water. I can do that off camera. Shouldn't be a problem at all. Very nice. And then we're just gonna want to fill in with some buildings and stuff. Let's use black for buildings, I guess. So what kind of buildings do we want to have here? We want to have some warehouses, and we want to have, I think, a brothel would be nice, and a pub, and just some like living quarters, I suppose. So let's get a sign here, and let's use black for commercial buildings and red for like living buildings. So once you go in here, I think a lot of warehouses should be just by here, so we can kind of load it on straight on. So I'm thinking like, is that a great? Yeah, that should be good size for warehouse, I think. And then kind of make this go back a little bit. And make sure it's an odd number. So I like to do this alternative block things. So we're gonna do something like that, and then just connect it up. How the style of this place will be is not completely sure, but I've started off with a castle that's going to be similar to that, using the same blocks and same detailing things. So it's going to be very similar to that, but of course it's going to be a little bit different. I'm thinking another building as well here, one of these warehouses. Like this, and then something like that, I guess. Yeah, and then connect it all up like that. This is of course a little bit more of a boring episode, but I think as we're building this together, I don't want to do this all by myself. I want to have you guys' feedback on everything I do. So I think it's important that I bring you guys with me as we plan out a little bit here. Okay, so that's cool. I like that. What about a small kind of diagonal building going here, a warehouse? Like 1, 2, maybe 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. Okay, so we go in 1 and then out 2. That could be pretty interesting, I think. Yeah, let's do that for a little bit. Those buildings are hard to build, but they look so freaking good if you manage to do so. So, something like that, and I'm not sure. It's really tricky to get this right, but let's try something like that, I suppose. Yeah, let's try. Why not? And then I'm gonna do something like. Oh, that's not right. Well, yeah, it is. It is. Then you go there. So a small building like that, and then. So let's just mark these out. Warehouse. I totally misspelled that, but alright. Warehouse. Okay, that's better. And then another warehouse right here. Like that, just so I can remember it. And thinking a small building here as well. I'm just kind of marking it out as a square, but we're gonna mixing and twisting it a little bit as we go. So this is just kind of a general idea of here. There is going to be a house along here somewhere. And how it turns out exactly is not planned yet. So it's going to be a building here, and we're going to do a more interesting shape than just a square, but alright. And then yeah, let's do something like that, and then a pub maybe or something back here, just in the junction here. You can kind of play with a small junction shape here. I'm just to remind myself that I don't want to have a straight line here. I want to keep it interesting. I'm gonna do something like that, and then connect it all up here. We're also going to build an inn. That would be nice. So something like that for a pub, I guess, and then a few rooms maybe for this here. And then just some small residential houses, I guess. I'm really looking forward to starting building these, because that would be really, really fun. How all this turns out. But a small residential there, pub. I don't know how much of this will be covered in buildings. I just wanna, you know, it's a small castle, it's a small area. I just want to have a few buildings. So we're gonna have a few more than this, of course, but we're getting really, really close actually to how much I imagined it to be. So let's build it in here. We're gonna, of course, make it a more interesting shape whenever we start building it, and then yeah, it could be possibly a little bit bigger. I mean, but we can always expand on that. I don't want to build this too close up to each other, so if one building needs more space, we can easily fix that. And guys, if you have if you build something in this style that you want to show me for inspiration and stuff, just post it to me on Twitter. That would really help me out, because I've been building a lot of. I'm just gonna take some water here. I've been building a lot of desert in the past, but it's been a while and I've never built it using the Conquest mod. So yeah, that would be fun to see if you guys can come up with some good suggestions and stuff. All right, let's build a small residential here. I want to also like vegetate this area a little bit, as it's kind of artificial vegetation, or yeah, like some small palms and stuff, I think, just to bring it more to life, and maybe some like more dead trees and stuff, because yeah, it's in the desert, but there's water right here, so you would be able to like artificially water everything. And let's build the brothel here, because sailormen, I don't know, I guess they like brothels and stuff. So we're gonna do that as well. And build one right here. And of course, shape and size will change as we build it. But it's gonna be somewhere like that. Possibly gonna extend even further back here, but alright. Brothel. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but hey, at least I tried. And then we want the path to go down here and connect up with the port, which will be here, and may even go on the back here a little bit, like this, and then connect up to this house here, and maybe in between, going down here again. I don't know. I think it will look good in the end though, whenever all thing is connected up here. What kind of other things do we need in a build like a town like this? Because most of the stuff they would get from trading ships here, so I don't think they would have like a smith or stuff like that. Food possibly, some, I don't know, maybe like fishing things would be nice, some fishing huts. Yeah, let's do that actually, just to make it interesting. I think let's use light blue for some small fishing huts, where it's just a very small hut where there's some fish and stuff. I think that would be kind of cool. And if it doesn't work out, we're just gonna remove it. Very simple. So like that maybe, and then closer to the water here, I suppose. Because they need a food source, and maybe fishing could be their main source of food, except trading for food. So small fishing huts like this around would not be bad. Let's bring this path over to this warehouse here as well. And then let's build a small fishing hut here as well. These are going to be tiny. Yeah, but that's cool. Maybe another residential building here. Maybe of a smaller one. And let me just place that. Thank you. Okay, so something like that. And okay, so let's fly up and just take a small look. That's an alright town. I don't think that's too bad. It's actually pretty cool how it's kind of follows the bay here a little bit. And I like the mountains in the back, and yeah, that's not too bad. I wonder if we should do some farmlands and stuff around here. Because we could, it's nice and flat. But let me know down below, guys, if you think we should do some farmlands outside of this small town here. Because as I said, I don't want this town to be too big. I just want to be a small town to take some goods and stuff here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. We got it all kind of planned out as far as we can do right now before we start building. And next episode we're gonna start building some of these things. I'm not sure what. I think we should start off by just finishing this castle, the rooms of the castle and stuff, because there's still a lot to do here. It's nice and empty, most of the rooms here, so that's something we need to get done. And then we're gonna start cracking with the town itself. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do hope you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.